Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Waharakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, many blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayath Dawadah, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. So I just wanted to grab this article out of Blacklisted News, and again, as always, I pray that this is edifying for those of you that can receive the eye salve, or have the eye salve and the ears to hear. And in these last times, man, we're commanded to make it plain upon tables for our people. All right, well, not our people necessarily. Well, let me correct myself. We are commanded to make it plain upon tables so that the elect, eventually, wherever they may be, will receive this message. And that's just how the Lord wrote the story, okay? So this is from Blacklisted News. It says, prepare for governments to push CBDCs in the wake of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. And everything that we've been, or starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, everything has been in position. Okay, this is a controlled demolition that you're seeing. This is a controlled demolition that you're seeing. Everything that is happening is being orchestrated, first and foremost, from on high, from Yahweh, okay, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai, all right? But also, it's being orchestrated. It's being orchestrated by those who are on earth right now, currently in the power seat, known as the Edomites. They are currently in the power seat, according to Job 9:24, and they're orchestrating the demolition of the dollar system as you know it today. And they're getting ready to usher in a system where it's going to be 100% digital. Think about the fact that Ukraine is now, if not almost, or if not 100%, but almost completely digital. These things weren't just happenstance. These things actually were orchestrated, all right, first and foremost from on high, all right, but now on earth manifesting, and they're presenting itself as a system that everyone should sign into or should be subject to. And we already know where it's leading to. It's leading to, the implementation of the NFC, okay, or the RFID, okay, where you're going to be on the grid. We all know that the CHIP is what Esau's grand plan is headed to, where everybody's going to be basically walking androids, slaves, okay, in a new kingdom. And let's be real, he does not have any plans for those of us who are speaking against his system to be in that society. So what he's going to do is he's going to persecute us. He's going to bring out things against us, okay, those of us who are actively speaking against him and his system. He's going to use, okay, that very system, okay, to come up against us, to degrade us, to say our name, throw our names in all manner of dirt. And he's going to turn the public, or as he would say, the public's, we're going to be public enemy number one. You must prepare yourself for understanding that this is a part of the walk, the journey. This is a part of counting the cost. Did we say that it was going to be easy? Hell no. They're going to talk about your hairline. They're going to talk about how fat you are. They're going to talk about this and that. They're going to talk about the fact that you're just mad because you're a failure in this society. They're going to say this. They're going to do that. They're going to use testimonies of ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends. They're going to use family members. They're going to use everything they can. They're going to throw everything at the wall to persecute you, to set you out there as someone who is nothing more than a dangerous alliance against the world of unity that they're trying to create. And they're going to use your people to do it. You must understand that this is a part of the mark of the beast. Okay? This is a part of the image. The mark itself is what's going to lock you in. The image is the actual society itself. The way they want to run the society is the image. So that's what they're seeing. And they're seeking to build this up, okay, in a way where this is actually New Rome all over again. Let's get in the article. It says over 100 of the world's governments are planning to push central bank digital currencies, and the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank may have given them the perfect opportunity to introduce this nightmarish surveillance tech. We already told you. We told you, man. Persecution is going to come through the fall of Babylon the Great, okay, the digital system, or the system, monetary system, okay. They're going to let complete chaos, all right, happen, which they're going to, they're actually orchestrating, okay, so that they can come, all right, order out of chaos, okay, order out of chaos, okay. Pressure from above, pressure from below, man. That's what they're looking to do, man. The squeeze is coming. Well, it's actually already here. Only the elect is going to survive that squeeze, all right, through what? The testimony, all right, and the bloodshed of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, which is the spirit of prophecy, the spirit of prophecy says that this place is going to be completely destroyed all the way to the anthill, okay? It's going all the way to the ground. Nothing's going to stand, all right, once the Lord is done with this place. It's very important you understand that. Job 16:11, it says, the Most High have delivered me unto the ungodly. And who's the ungodly? The chief ungodly, okay, or the chief of the ungodly is the so-called white man, the Edomite himself. But also, the ungodly consist of those who are the other nations, the son of men, all right, the heathen, and even the sons of God, who are the other 2/3. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are enemies unto the nation of Israel, the true elect. All right, those of you that are fighting to stay in the spirit and watching everything happening around you and just mortified at the fact that no one is coming with judgment for this place or for the actions of the people here. As the elders and apostles always say, this is flood-like behavior. See, the last time it was flood-like behavior, that flood came through and killed all you niggas off. And the Lord got to start over through Noah and his sons. Okay? Well, this time, there's going to be a flood of fire. And all the persecution that you come with, and all the name calling, and all the talking shit, and all the, oh, your hairline, oh, this and that, all that's going to go out the window. You're going to be forced to face who you truly are when this hell comes to fruition. When Jacob trouble comes, you're going to be faced with who you truly are. Ain't no faking it. Ain't no smiling on camera. Ain't none of that shit. All that's going to go out the window. Then the Lord's going to test your real metal. And we keep telling you the elect is going to pass that test. All right. Job 16:11, it says, the Most High have delivered me unto the ungodly and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. That's right. So the Lord is the one that's testing us. He's turned us over to these wicked ass devils. Not for your destruction, but to see what you're made of. Okay? Verse 12, although he made you, he knows what you're made of, but hey, it's still a test. Job 16:12, it says, I was at ease, but he have broken me asunder, and have also taken me by my neck, and shaken me to pieces, and set me up for his mark. So this is the devil setting us up for his mark. He's trying to break you mentally. or in the case of the 2/3, he has broken you. But he's trying to capture the elect. He understands that the elect are the ones that he truly wants. That's the treasure that the Lord treasures. That's what the devil wants. The devil wants what the Lord already has. And sorry, devil, you can't. That's just what it is. 1 Peter 5:8. It says, be sober. And it's talking to the elect, man. Okay? First Peter 5:8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So he's coming with this system to try to see who and who will not consent. And then those who will not consent, he will kill. Okay, let's read that again. 1 Peter 5:8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And he's looking to devour the elect. That's ultimately who he wants, because he understands that those are the chosen ones. Now, see, the problem for the devil is he's carnal. He can't see the spiritual mark being placed upon the elect. Although he has certain systems to try to break that algorithm, but he can't, because he can't see inside you, which is why he wants to put a mark in you. See? Since he can't see inside you, well, he wants to put some type of device inside you to see if he can see inside you. That way he can lock you in and he doesn't have to worry about you anymore. And that's why we tell our people that the things that are about to happen to us, although they're going to be completely unfair, the CBDC being set up is a part of prophecy. The central bank, okay, coming together under those 13 banking families is a part of prophecy. These are things that were prophesied to be happening in the latter days, which we're in the latter days. Earthquakes in diverse places. Peru just got hit. You already know about the tragedy in Turkey. Uproars of the people around the world. These are things that were there to help us measure the times diligently. Drought in the West Coast, droughts all over the world, hunger spiking, wars, and now you have the mark of the beast being implemented or being discussed to be implemented. Okay? Revelation 2:9, it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, talking to the elect. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not. And this is genuinely talking about those Israelites that are, let's just say they know they're Israelites. Okay, they profane themselves to be men of understanding. They profane themselves to be men that the Lord had called upon, which he has. He called upon them. But when you check their message out, when you go into a deeper dive of their understanding, you realize these guys, either one, were set up, two, they have took a bag, or three, all right, they just don't have it. And they were blinded from the jump. Maybe they got part of the truth. They got about 25% of it. The rest of it, they made it the fuck up on the way. Therefore, they're part of the 5 foolish virgins, and the Lord's going to destroy them. All right. Verse 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt be. Let me read it again. Revelation 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, all right, there's the devil again. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's right. So as they're setting up this system, okay, this push to be for all the major governments to come into a digital currency, okay, there's going to be persecution that's going to come along with that. The message is going to be that anybody who speaks against this is a threat to the system and therefore must be eliminated, okay? Let's read the article. It says the heightened fear of bank runs and growing calls for more government controls to prevent another Silicon Valley Bank style event, which they created, by the way, has created space for governments to swoop in and present CBDCs as the solution. Prepare for these talking points to become more prominent as governments ramp up the efforts to push CBDCs. Talking point number 1. CBDCs will protect you from social media bank runs. Within days of Silicon Valley's bank's failure, it was described as the first social media-fueled bank run in history, and fears about social media disinfo started to be stoked. It says similar talking points were quickly echoed by politicians. United States House Financial Services Chair Patrick Meharry described it as the first Twitter-fueled bank run during an emergency conference call with high-ranking federal government officials. Senator Mark Kelly asked if the officials were reaching out to tech platforms to monitor misinformation and bad actors, and inquired about the possibility of censoring social media posts to avoid a bank run. You got to understand what the devil's saying here. He's going to use this as an opportunity to say, well, look, see, these people are giving misinformation. We got to, and then it's not going to stop there, see, because you got to understand how the devil thinks here. When he says religious-based, religious-based extremist, you got to understand what he's saying there. See, he's going to use the cloak of, the so-called white man's KKK and things of that nature to make it seem like he's not going to go and have a broad stroke against every person who has any tie to their religious or identity, okay, which for us is the Hebrew Israelites. He's going to use, the cloak of the KKK being extremists and terrorists to say, well, they are all extremists and terrorists. That's how the devil works. That's why I brought out 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant. Your adversary, the devil, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. See, he's going to use these different institutions. He's going to use social media, in this case, to try to smoke out those who feel are threats to his system. Simple, point blank. You understand this, then you understand your enemy. If you understand that your enemy is positioning himself to try to come and to destroy you, well, then you won't be so reticent to believe everything he tells you. This is Isaiah. Isaiah 29 and 20. Okay? Because as they're setting this up, man, they're gonna need to have a scapegoat. No good plan goes without a scapegoat. And in this case, it'll be the Hebrew Israelites. This is Isaiah 29 and 20. It says, for the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. That's right. So he's getting ready to position himself as, that lamb, the meek lamb, 2 horns, like a lamb. He's just, minding his own business. When really, man, this guy is a whole dragon, in cosplay, man. Okay? This guy is coming with straight chaos on the mind, sword in his hand, destruction in his heart. Okay? This is Isaiah 29 and 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Verse 21, that make a man an offender for a word. And that's what he's going to do. And he's using that, also the collapse of that bank, which is a controlled demolition. He's going to use that as an opportunity to say, you know what? We need to do this. We need to come back in and we need to have unity, and we need to practice. We need to come together, speak as one. Stop with this division, guys. That's what he's going to come with. Okay? But our people are so gullible, they're going to fall for it. And guess what, though? We are not going to shed a tear, because it was written, never trust thine enemy. Okay? And not only was it written, never trust thine enemy, the Lord sent out men to repeat it to you every day, lesson upon lesson, highways and the byways every week. There is no excuse. You fell for it, it's because you wanted to fall for it. Really, the Lord put the Spirit on you to have slumber eyes and slumber ears so that you can fall right into that trap. This is 1 Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Let's read that again. 1 Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus, wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. What does that mean? They want you and me and everyone else to come under their system of the New World Order, which in their case would be Edomite supremacy, and they want to kill all Jacob. That's his goal. It says governments are likely, back in the article, governments are likely to seize upon and amplify these fears of social media bank runs as they push new regulations and proposals in the wake of the Silicon Valley collapse. So, pressure from above, pressure from below. Order ab chaos. All right? Hegelian dialect. That's what they're looking to do. That's what they're doing right now. They're using this as a strategy to squeeze you into submission. Those of us who speak against their message, they're going to try to squeeze us into submission. See, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai is the only thing that sustains us, the only thing we need. See, it's also written that the Lord is going to have his elect eat while the rest of you starve. So we have faith as well. This ain't just a message that we just come out and warn everybody, but we sitting silently in the back like, nah, man, we gonna be fucked up. We all gonna be, no. We speaking this message from a place of, from a point of view of, hey, the Lord said that I'm gonna eat. The Lord said that I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be hidden in that time. While you people are fucked up out here. And good for you. Now, what goes along with that is we prophesy in part and we know in part, right? That's what Paul said, right? Well, that just means that we have 100% of what we need to make it onto the other side, to the kingdom of heaven. Do we know everything? Do we know how we're going to escape? Do we know when we're going to escape? Do we know when it's going to come? No, that's the answer. We know it's coming. That's all we need to know. And we're measuring the times diligently, to make sure we are on top of it as far as knowing when it comes. All right. It says, be on the lookout for suggestions from officials that CBDCs are safe. Oh, there's that word again. Safe, peace and safety. Matter of fact. 1 Maccabees 1:41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom saying, all should be one people. And you already know what that means. Everybody needs to come together. Everybody needs to, it needs to come together, and we all need to be under one umbrella. And anybody who speaks against it, this is what the devil is going to do. Isaiah 29:21, that make a man an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate. And what does the gate represents? The leadership. So we're reproving the leadership of this world, which is the leadership of this world is the devil. All right, the physical counterpart of the spiritual Satan is the so-called white man, the Edomite. He is this physical representation on earth of spiritual demon Satan. All right, it says that make an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate and turn aside the just from a thing of naught. Salakia. Okay. When you start to look at the bigger picture and you start to put these precepts together, then you start to understand and have an understanding that the devil was never going to win. And that's our faith. He's never going to win. He's going to do it, though. He's going to pull it. We never said he wasn't going to try it, but he's not going to win. He's not going to succeed. Okay? First Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and of the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, cometh as a thief in the night. So a lot of people aren't paying attention that these banks are collapsing. Fractional reserve banking is wicked. And that's what they built their entire system on. Fractional reserve banking. Meaning what you have in your pocket is a debt note. It's not of any consequence to anything that's of substance. Esau knows that. But that's why he set this system up as a snare to entrap everyone into this system. Eventually, you're going to be so dependent and despondent on it that eventually you're going to say, you know what, man? And he crashes the system, and then you're going to have nowhere else to run, and then you're going to just consent to his RFID being placed inside of you. Okay? Verse 3, it says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And we tell you, Jakes, when they come with that talk of peace and safety, as the article is outlining here, you bet your ass there's destruction right around the corner. All right, it says, be on the lookout for suggestions from officials that CBDCs are safe and immune to social media. Yeah, they're safe. Social media bank runs. While such promises may soothe our citizens' fear of bank runs, this fear will be replaced with something far worse and for those that embrace CBDCs. It says programmable, look at that, programmable money that allows the government to dictate when, where, or if citizens can spend their money. What does that sound like, y'all? Huh? That sounds like something familiar. Okay. Revelation 13:11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. It says, and he had two horns like a lamb, the Democratic and Republican parties. All right, he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So he's presenting himself as someone who's soft and meek, but he's speaking with a harsh tone, for if you don't receive his system, something bad will happen to you. Verse 12, it says, and he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, which is the Roman Empire. It says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, which is the Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed. And how was that deadly wound healed? It was healed, all right, during the Renaissance period. Okay, the Renaissance period is what healed the womb of the deadly healed the deadly womb of the first beast, which is the Roman Empire. That's also talking about the Roman Empire. When it fell for a time, but now it has been resurrected in what? America. Okay. Verse 13, and he doeth great works, and he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. That's right. Kosovo, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, scared the hell out of the sons of men. All right, which are the heathen, man. They didn't understand. They bowed down because they understood, hey, this guy here, God is with this guy, right? At least for a time anyway. Verse 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And that sword came in the fact that the Eastern Roman Empire was built upon the ashes of the Western Roman Empire. Okay? And that was when Jake was in power as the Moors and they were ruling all of Europe. They were the nobilities, okay, for 1,100 years, all right, in approximate, okay, time, or, acutely around that time, all right, about 1,100 years. But Jake was ruling. And that also fits into the prophecy of the devil being cast into prison for 1,000 years, okay, being shut up. That's what happened. The devil was cast into prison for 1,000 years, and that was during the Eastern Roman Empire, or the Byzantine Empire, as they call it, the Dark Ages. That was when the devil was cast into prison. But it also said that he would be released for a little season. This is that little season. The little season began with the Renaissance era. The so-called white man was released from prison. Okay. He conquered the earth, all right, which is in accordance to his blessing from Isaac, all right, his forefather Esau. Isaac gave the blessing to Esau that he would rule the entire earth, the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven. But how would he do it? Well, it would be through the Renaissance, okay, the Renaissance era. Once the Roman Empire fell, okay, but it would be brought back from the dead, okay, so to speak, all right, and it would serve as the last kingdom, the last heathen kingdom on the earth before the Heavenly Father sets up the kingdom of heaven under his son Yahushua. I know I just said a lot, but it's context, it's context, all right. Verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the beast, into the image of the beast, which the image of the beast is the society itself. Everything that the food, okay, the air, the quality of the air, the quality of the water, the people. This is the image of the beast. Okay, it's not just a picture of Cedric Borgia. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many. And how is the image of the beast speaking? It's through the philosophy of the society. What do they say in this wicked ass captivity of America? They say when in Rome, right? They use that as a phrase. When in Rome, all right, the phrase goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay? And what do the Romans do? They're fucking slaves, man. Okay? And when they get ready to get CHIP'd, then guess what? You need to get ready to be CHIP'd. All right? It says, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So you understand this. You understand that the talking points of them wanting to build off the ashes of this bank run, which is a controlled demolition. They're using Hegelian dialect to cause a panic within the society. And they're using the miracles, okay, to fool the people, to trick them, all right? Because remember, Babylon is that golden cup in the Lord's hands that got the entire earth drunken. And this earth is drunken, to say the least. It says CBDCs will provide financial stability. We know never trust thine enemy. I'm not going to read all of it. Let's get to it. Talking point 3, CBDCs should be used for customer deposit protection. What is that all leading to? or you need to take this CHIP right here. This will protect you. If it's inside of you, then you can't be hacked and blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. Let's read a little bit on it. It says, many governments have already cited many direct payments to citizens as one of the main use cases for CBDC. If more banks fail, expect governments to start increasingly focusing on CBDCs as a solution for affected customers. Be on the lookout for governments urging citizens to download CBDC wallet apps, during times of financial uncertainty. It says they'll likely assert that this is a more streamlined or efficient way for customers to have instant access to their deposits in the event of bank failures. While CBDCs may provide people short-term convenience during financial turbulent times, citizens that choose CBDCs will be sacrificing their freedom and privacy long-term. Once they've been ushered into this system, they'll lose their ability to transact anonymously, and only be allowed to spend their CBDCs on government-approved purchases. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. That's where it's leading to, in case you haven't figured it out. And those of us who speak against it, he said early in the scripture that he will cause that as many that will not, that they should be killed. And before he kills you, he's going to have an all-out media blitz against your name. He's going to drag it through the dirt. He's going to use you as example number one as to why you should never come against his power structure. And never forget that the Lord allowed him to have this power. But it's not because the Lord wants him to stay in power. It's because it's one gigantic test, and only the elect is going to pass. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, Ba'Shem Wa'Harakar Kadash, Shalom to the elect.